If you're someone who's ambitious, you probably had this thought before. If I ever start feeling satisfied, I'm going to lose my edge. Like the only reason you're moving forward right now is because some part of you still doesn't feel like it's enough. And as weird as it sounds, that actually works. But at the same time, this also means that you can never really feel satisfied with where you are. So you're stuck in this position where you are moving forward, but you are never allowed to feel like it. And now the question is, what actually happens when you let yourself feel satisfied? About a year ago, my life looked good from the outside. I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I was working on my goals, I was staying disciplined, and I was actually making progress. But there was always this quiet pressure in the background. Even when things were going well, I never really allowed myself to feel that. I hit a milestone, but almost instantly my mind went to what's next. And maybe you know this too. You finish something important, but instead of feeling satisfied, it feels like the bare minimum. And even when you could slow down for a moment, you never fully trust it. Because there's always this thought, if I ease up now, I might lose momentum. So instead of feeling at peace, you stay in this constant state of pushing. Not because you have to, but because it just feels like the only way to keep things moving. And to be honest, it makes sense why so many people, including me a few months ago, think like that. Because that's what's been working for us. This feeling of not being there yet is what got you started in the first place. It's also what kept me focused, consistent, and what made me take things a bit more seriously. So naturally, we start associating this feeling with progress. Like the reason you're moving forward is because a part of you never fully feels satisfied. And if that's what's driving you, of course it feels risky to let that go. Because if you stop feeling that pressure, what's going to push you? What's going to keep you disciplined and moving? So from that perspective, it actually makes sense to hold on to this feeling. But if that's supposed to keep you moving forward, why does it feel like you can never actually get there? Why does it feel like no matter how much progress you make, it never really feels like enough? Now listen, the problem isn't that you're afraid of becoming lazy, it's what your brain has learned to rely on. At some point, you started using this feeling of not enough as your main source of motivation. And it works, because every time you feel behind, you take action. And every time you feel like what you're doing isn't enough, you push harder. So over time, your brain made a connection. Feeling unsatisfied now equals making progress. And that must mean that feeling satisfied must mean slowing down or even stagnating. And that's where things get tricky. Because now feeling satisfied doesn't just feel like peace anymore, it feels like losing momentum. Like if you actually allowed yourself to feel okay, there would be nothing left pushing you forward. So what does your brain do? It avoids that feeling. So even when things are going well, it moves the goalpost. It keeps you focused on what's missing. And it keeps you slightly dissatisfied. Not because something is wrong, but because that's the state it knows how to move from. And that's why you feel like you can't let yourself feel satisfied. Because in your system, that doesn't feel like progress. It feels like stopping. What if the problem wasn't that you just need this pressure to keep going? What if that's just what you got used to? Because there's a difference between moving forward because you feel like you're not enough and moving forward because you actually want to. Those are two completely different types of motivation. One keeps you in that constant state of pressure where no achievement ever even feels like it counts. The other still moves you forward without taking away your ability to feel okay along the way. And yeah, letting go of that pressure will feel unfamiliar at first. It might even slow you down for a moment, but it doesn't make you lazy. It just means that you're no longer relying on fear to keep you moving forward. And the moment you see this, something shifts. Because now you don't have to keep yourself in that state of not enough just to make progress anymore. You can still move forward, but without constantly feeling like you are behind. And for the first time in a while, progress doesn't come at the cost of how you feel anymore.